if you're a goaltender, tend the goal! Hi friends, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Steve's DANGITS. The best day of the week, is it not? Let's take a look at the biggest DANGITS from around the NHL over the past week, and I'll just be honest, shooting this Wednesday night. Usually it's Thursday morning, but now it's Wednesday night. Every NHL team be on your best behavior on Wednesday night. If you're a goaltender, you know what comes after that. All right, how about we start? For our first dang it, kicking the puck in the net is like in vogue this year. Kicking the puck into your own net, oh, it's a thing.
In the middle for O'Reilly. Loose set up again. To the goal line in front. Barbashev, Tarasenko, the shot, rebound, and he scores! Tipped in! I think O'Reilly tipped it in, and the blow is a power play goal.
He sure did. Reached out, extended his arm, one hand on his stick, and he's able to poke that by. The Blues call the timeout. They win the face-off the first time around, and they get the play they were looking for. Now that doesn't go in the net. They regroup again, and Buchnevich ends up getting it on the half boards here. And he waits, puts it down at the goal line. Barbashev's pass gets all the way over to Tarasenko, we talked about, and then O'Reilly pokes it, and then it goes off the skate blade of, I think, the defenseman Lindell right there.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna blame Lindell for that. I would blame Lindell if I thought he did it on purpose. If he was trying something and he messed up. That's his instincts just failing. Your instincts are where your body takes over. The prehistoric caveman in you is like, this is how you survive. And in this scenario, for some reason, Lindell's instincts told him to like donkey kick the puck into his own net. Like in Red Dead Redemption when you try to take the money out of a saddlebag from a horse that doesn't trust you. I love that game, I'm not sorry. Might not have been on purpose, but that's a dang it. For our next dang it, I want your opinion on this one. Maybe you can help me out in the comments. Does this fall under the jurisdiction of if you're a goaltender, tend the goal?
Stone up the boards where Foligno intercepts. And Goligoski to Eriksson Ek. Lays it off for Spurgeon. His drive gloved away by Leonard. Score! Marcus Foligno jammed it in. The initial shot appeared to be going wide of the net. Leonard decided to grab it, but couldn't squeeze it. And Marcus Foligno's tied it.
A tough one here for the Golden Knights. Look at Foligno, who's all around the net. Here's the shot, and it is going wide. Leonard tries to glove it. It goes off his glove, right to the front behind him. And Foligno's in perfect position, wins the battle, and just gets a stick on it to knock it across the line.
Again, I think this one might be all instinct. Robin Lehner is a goalie. He's a pretty good goalie. The Minnesota Wild are a pretty good team. Someone from the Minnesota Wild shot the puck at Robin Lehner. His job is to stop pucks, so that's what he tried to do. But problem number one, that puck was going well wide. Problem number two, after he hit it with his glove, it no longer was going well wide. It was knocked right into right in front of his net. And the Wild take advantage, and oh, that's a dang. The reason I ask if that falls under if you're a goaltender, tend the goal, he was technically tending the back of the goal there. You see where I'm coming from, right? Leave a comment in the comment box down below, but for now, at very least, it's a dang it. For our next dang it, every week there's at least one thing that makes producer Drew really hot under the collar. He was mad about this one, and so was Alex Goligoski getting called for the hip check. Is this a penalty?
To the slot, picked off by Carlson. Now Stone bumped down, penalty here. A penalty. And a face-off here. He called Goligoski. He doesn't agree at all. He'll head off. Now this from Knock the Injury Law.
Minor penalty, tripping. No, Goligoski not happy. You can see a little bit of a sarcastic thumbs up. They have an argument. Got his hip there into Mark Stone.
Ooh, I don't know. First of all, I love Goligoski's reaction from the penalty box. Yeah, buddy, good call. He doesn't mean that. The context here is over the last week or two, the NHL is probably a little sensitive about plays like this. clipping, but kneeing in particular. There was a moment where this looked like it could have been a knee. Goligoski sort of leading with the knee. There was a suspension to Neil Pionk, who kneed someone in the Leafs-Jets game, and that led to a whole brouhaha. Then Ian Cole of the Carolina Hurricanes gets fined for kneeing Mark Scheifele. And look, we all know that NHL officials are way more in the business of managing games than they are calling them. To me, I look at this clip and I'm just like, this is a climate call. The climate of the NHL right now is they are looking for this thing in particular, and Goligoski got called. But to me, it's a hip check. He uses his hips to hit the opponent's hips. I don't know, what do you think? To me, that's a dang it to call that. For our next dang it, we got a pair of I don't know how you missed this plays. Let's start with Tyler Sagan.
Yeah, he sure did. Kind of used his backside, didn't he? And obviously that lane was wide open once he did that and dropped it back.
Here's a chance for Ruffle, back door, and it's tapped wide by Sagan.
Here by Tyler Sagan with a wide open net. Pietrangelo just barely got his stick on it. And then at the other end of the ice, Pietrangelo leads it up and feeds a Mario. And this off the left skate, a wrister.
Okay, no. Does Alex Pietrangelo get a stick on it? I'm not totally sure. In the same way that I'm not totally sure these are the Vegas Golden Knights we're watching or the Nashville Predators from about 15 years ago. You know what screams Vegas? Mustard. But Tyler Sagan, man, no one over the last, I don't know, half decade or more alternates between being a, top 10 center in the league and not being able to hit the broadside of a barn. And on this one, not only does he pay by not scoring, a goal that could have really iced the game, by the way. It would have made it 5-2. Puck goes the other way, and Vegas scores. Oof, that's a dang it. And somehow one that might be even worse. For as long as I live, I will never know how Leon Draisaitl missed this.
Face-off win for Draisaitl. Again, he's done all the heavy lifting against these premier face-off clubs that Edmonton has seen lately. Carolina, Boston, Minnesota. Here's a turnover. Nugent Hopkins finds Draisaitl and he missed an open net.
How? I watched this game, okay? And I watched that play. I watched that first period. The Oilers were running the Leafs show for that first period, and they were out shooting them heavily in the second. So when Draisaitl misses that easy goal, that should be a tap-in for the league's leading goal scorer. When he missed that, I thought, all right, he's about to either get revenge by scoring 5 tonight, or the Oilers are destined to lose this game. Sure enough, they never really get their composure back, and the Oilers lose 5-1. I cannot, you tell me, show it again and explain how he misses the net.
That Edmonton has seen lately. Carolina, Boston, Minnesota. Here's a turnover. Nugent Hopkins finds Draisaitl and he missed an open net.
I can't, and he may miss 5 shots like that his entire career. The league better be careful because he's already used up 1 of them. That's a dang it. Now, we're gonna end with 4 different plays. 4. I cannot believe, I really, someone show any NHL player these videos. Any NHL goalie. Shop Sportsnet.store. It's the Sportsnet store where you can buy all sorts of merch with my face. And one of the most popular products we have is a shirt that says, if you're a goaltender, and then on the back it says, tend the goal! And I really didn't mean for this to become like a catchphrase, because these plays where goalies gallivant out of their net and just hand the puck to the other team, they're supposed to be an anomaly. Like, they're supposed to be noteworthy because they never happen. And it's starting to become like half a dozen a week. Hat picks, we have Steve's Paddle Save Emporium. This is the if you're a goaltender, tend the goal Emporium. We'll start with a heartbreaker. The Leafs up 4-1 over the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Leafs have never blown a 4-1 lead. Oh, they have? When? Well, anyway, the Chicago Blackhawks tie it at 4, and the game is less than 90 seconds away from overtime. And then, well,
overextended, probably a wise move in your 3rd game.
Oh, loose puck in front, Scores! The Leafs get a bounce, and the Leafs get the lead.
Unbelievable break for David Kampf, the former Chicago Blackhawk. Scored the big goal back in October to tie the game and get it to overtime here. He's trying to end it before overtime. Just a simple dump in by Morgan Riley, and for Riley, the hot streak continues. Another assist, but this one, a very unique one. Lankinen expecting it to go down. So often you see a goaltender, Chris, When it's not your building and it's up along the glass, just stay in the net, especially late in the game. And here he goes out the other side.
It's just unbelievable, but I totally believe it because we see it all the time. That goal, by the way, scored by David Kampf with a secondary assist going to Morgan Riley and a primary assist going to the glass. Like, the Leafs are reeling. They're not having a good time. They're probably en route to losing this thing in overtime or the shootout after coughing up a 3-goal lead. Riley dumps it in, and Kevin Lankinen thinks what almost every goalie thinks in this situation: I'm gonna help. But the puck catches a funny corner on the glass like it sometimes does. It's made of rubber. It bounces right in front, and David Kampf, who only had 1 goal last season for the Chicago Blackhawks, 1 goal all of last season, now has 4 this season, and somehow 2 of them are against the Blackhawks. After storming back to tie the game with 3 unanswered goals, the Blackhawks leave Toronto without a single point. That's a dang it. But Kevin Lankinen was not alone in being tricked by the treacherous boards. He wasn't even the only goalie to have this happen in Canada. Here's Mikko Koskinen.
Sent the puck forward, tipped into the zone. Koskinen almost lost it, and he did. The Hurricanes take advantage and take a 2-goal lead here late in the 3rd period.
And guess who? Sebastian Aho. Back-to-back 2-goal nights for him. He started things off for this team with a power play goal in the first period, 7 minutes and 17 seconds into it. And right here, this one takes a weird hop on Koskinen. He tries to play it, and his countryman comes in and says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Goes off the toe, he doesn't control it, and we've seen this a couple of times. Just an untimely mistake by Mikko Koskinen coming out to play a puck. It does take a weird carom off the wall to come into his skate.
Once again, the best of intentions. I'm gonna help. You can't even blame the road boards here. This is his own building. Puck takes a funny bounce, lands right on the stick of Sebastian Aho, which is not a great situation to be in, even when you're a goaltender who's in the net. But because Koskinen wasn't in the net, the only thing that was the puck. Sebastian Aho scores. And for Mikko Koskinen, that's a dang it. All right, who's next? Who's next? Oh, Spencer Knight. Oh, welcome, buddy. I don't think he's ever had a dang it, and you never forget your first dang it. Let's see how this goes.
All this done by Ottawa without Brady Tkachuk getting on the score sheet. Here's a chance, and they get another one. It's Batherson to make it 6-2 Senators. And Batherson back-to-back 3-point games for Ottawa.
Don't see this very often. There's Gudas going back, and Spencer Knight decides he's going to try and ring it around the boards. It hits one of the Senators, and a perfect bounce. Batherson right out in the high slot. Goes right between the legs of...
Okay, this is the worst one so far. At very least with Lankinen and Koskinen, there were bounces that were kind of beyond their control. This is just Spencer Knight going, I'm a help, and then firing the puck at an opponent immediately. The Sens throw it in front, Drake Batherson scores, and no style points here for Spencer Knight. Look at this, he's sprawled on the ground, just doing the saddest snow angel. That's one thing you see out of veteran goalies, is they get scored on, and they just sort of go, oh well, and take a drink of water. Patrick Waugh once allowed a goal in a Stanley Cup final game against the Florida Panthers, and stood there, literally stood there, while fans pelted the ice and him, like directly in the head, with rubber rats. To me, this is a 2-tier dang it. One for the dang it itself, giving the puck away, leading to a goal for your opponent, but the other one is, don't do that afterward. Just get up. Easier said than done, for sure, but this is the show, and that's embarrassing. Oof, that's a dang it. It's unbelievable. How do we have one more? Oh. Drew is... Cards on the table. Producer Drew, I take you on a behind-the-scenes look at the email I get from Producer Drew. Here's what he wrote. I cannot believe he put this. If you're a goaltender, number 4 might be the worst one I've ever seen. LOL, which means laugh out loud. Drew, we have featured no less than 500 of these. I cannot wait to see this.
Played around and out of the zone. This one's going to go all the way back where Karel Vejmelka out to steer it. He gives it away, and they score. Karel Vejmelka tried to send a pass across, and it's picked, and the Flyers have taken the lead.
Well, that's heartbreaking for Vejmelka. He knows it. He takes a sip of water, tries to cool himself down. I'm sure he's hot. Comes out, just mismanages the puck, fans on as he tries to go back against the grain, and that's like a quarterback. You never one-time a puck, running one direction, passing the other. That's the most difficult pass in football. Hockey's no different. That is an absolute gift.
Yeah, I don't know. Drew might be right. Okay, we've talked about instincts. When instincts kick in and you can't help it, but they fail you. Then there's the Spencer Knight thing, where it's like Millhouse and the house started to fall over and then it fell over. Or another Simpsons reference when the pig goes flying away and it's still good, before you have to make peace with the fact that no, it's gone. This one is just pure negligence. This one is pure Karel Vejmelka saying it's Karel Vejmelka time. What's the plan? Like, okay, I can agree that he probably needs to make a play on the puck there. It's good to be proactive. The Flyers, Patrick Brown specifically, are going to win this puck race. But dude, you got two options. Actually, you got three. You got two guys you can pass it to, or just like put it behind the net. Do anything but what you did. And the goalie from the face-off dot goes for like a cross-ice pass to a player who's going the wrong way. Like, this pass would have been bad if it was executed perfectly. But he whiffs on the thing and Patrick Brown's like, don't mind if I do. Hilariously, like, look at how long it takes the puck to leave Patrick Brown's stick. This should have just been like, just whack it in. Just get it in there. But I think even he was stunned. Why? Don't make me tap the sign. I'm gonna tap the sign. Shopsportsnet.store. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! So, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Did we miss any dangits? Let me know in the comment box down below. Unless they happen on Wednesday night. We'll make that up to you next week. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. I don't know how many more times I have to say it.